Now to something, as they say, completely different. The world's first foldable smartphone, the Samsung Galaxy Fold, has launched in India. The unique selling point of the latest product is the foldable display that allows its users to transform it into a tablet-like device. A man in the know, Professor Kevin Curran from Ulster University, joins me in studio. Good afternoon, Kevin.
Good afternoon, Anna.
Are we not going backwards? Because do you remember when we all had foldable phones about, 8 or 9 years ago, and then the smartphone came into being and we were all really cool and trendy with that? Why are we going back to folding phones?
Well, the difference here is it has two screens. So you're moving from the external 4.6-inch screen, and then you fold it out. It's got a lovely mechanical hinge movement, and it becomes 7.3-inch tablet. So really you have two screens for the price of one. Okay.
Are you impressed by it?
I'm impressed more by the Huawei Mate X, which is another foldable phone which will soon be released, but it has less of a visible crack when this is joined together. You actually can see the text even warp a little bit. It's also a bit bulky. I would need to put it in my pockets to see. I wear my phone mostly in my inside jacket pocket, and this is quite heavy, 263 grams, which is almost a third as heavy as an iPhone 11, for instance.
Right.
So it is quite, and also there is issues again with some of the reviewers about the delicacy of this, that Samsung themselves release a video saying to treat it gently, keep it away from water and dust, and not near the credit
everyone
cards.
I know has a crack on their phone or a story about how it fell into a glass of water. Really? Are they expecting us to handle with care?
They very much this one, because again, this was released to fanfare in February in San Francisco. Of course, it comes with a £2,000 price tag. But the early reviewers who got it in April started to report all the things which were wrong with it. So they delayed it since then. They went back and they fixed the hinge mechanism. They fixed the protective layer so people aren't as likely to peel it off, which was one of the problems. People thought it was just a plastic that comes with a phone. They peeled it off and it made it unworkable. And they've also added kind of plastic tabs to stop the dust getting in. So they've gone back and redesigned it. Now, they only had one job to do, but so far we've seen some reviewers again that are complaining about, the display itself just becoming faulty.
Right.
But again, some people have had it for a few weeks, for a week now, and that they haven't had issues, but it remains to be seen. Now, Samsung are struggling. Their profits are down 56% from this time last year. It does have to work, and it was a fiasco.
Sink or swim, not the phone, obviously. 6 cameras. Does anyone ever need 6 cameras on one device?
It does have them, because again, by the unique nature of it, when you fold it again, and when it's folded again into its 4.6-inch position, again, some of the cameras are not visible. So you have 2 on the side, 2 and 3 in the front, and 2 in the back. So you have to have this many cameras to cope with the unique nature of it again. And they're quite good cameras as well. And one of the cool things as well, when you fold it out, you can multitask, a little bit like your laptop. You can have 3 windows open at the one time. They've worked with Android developers and Google to have apps like WhatsApp and YouTube so that you can have multiple windows open. So you can do a little bit more in this than you could on your standard phone, having to go back from one window to the next window, minimize it, maximize it. Yeah. So it's bringing it again into a more useful, functional device like a tablet.
Who's this aimed at? The young professional, or
Well, early adopters. Again, the £2,000 price tag really is.
Well, it's aimed at a very specific market. Then
it is. Yeah, it's a premium phone. Again, it's for people who have money to spare and don't want to do more with their phone, or maybe just watch Netflix as well. But Samsung themselves have released a patent this week where they've got a phone which slides out vertically. You expand it. Extended again. That's for the Netflix generation again, people who watch movies. So again, we're going to see more of this, because in some ways you can never have enough real estate on your screen. Real estate, really. We all want to see, or whatever we're watching bigger. But of course, the problem has always been, you don't want a bulky phone. There's always a trade-off between something which is practical in your pocket, but also something that you can view things on. Yeah. And of course, the bigger the screen as well, the more your battery is going to be gobbled up. Now, this has 2 batteries inside it, over 4,000 milliamp hours. It's quite an impressive battery.
Okay, impressive stuff. Availability. When are we likely to see it on the streets?
It's been released. It's likely to be in India, US, South Korea, and again Singapore. So again, we'll see it probably getting released into more markets again. But again, it's one that I'm watching with interest. A lot of analysts are again to see really is it as delicate as some people are suggesting at the moment.
And it might be you might be able to tell who has one or not because they'll be walking around with it reverently in the hope not to drop it.
Exactly, it's hard to stand out in the smartphone market now because they all look the same when the black screen is staring back at you. You walk into any shop and you can't really tell an iPhone 11 from high-end premium Samsung or a good Android phone, really. So most phones now look the same. They've reached what we call their final form factor, that the smartphone will not change too much in the next few years, apart from something like this, where it's foldable.
Yeah, because you wonder what else they could add to a phone that they haven't already.
Yeah, no, that's really it, because, you know, all we want is a device which connects to a network, which streams our video and does our apps for us, really. And again, what we're going to see is more innovation, really, with regards to screens. We're going to see more foldable screens, ones which roll out. We might see good projectors in phones again. We've seen them in some tablets. You can have projectors as well, but that's not that feasible. You always need a surface to project onto.
Yeah.
But again, it really comes down to innovation in the screen, in the screen form size again.
Yeah.
I think we'll see more folding, more expandable ones, and some clever innovation there. But generally, it's going to be a little small flat device that sits in our pockets.
Yeah, and they all look the same when they run out of battery, don't they?
Indeed.
Kevin Curran, thank you very much indeed for that. Yeah, foldable phone. What do you think? 2 screens, 6 cameras, 2 batteries, interestingly enough.